Well, hi again, hockey fans. Welcome to week number 7 of Ccha Now. Ben Holden here with you from Munn Ice Arena, an arena that opened back in 1974. And Michigan State has seen 2 national championship teams play inside of this building. They, of course, won it all in 1986. They did it in 2007 in St. Louis, beating Boston College. So many great players have come through this program through the years, and they continue to be a power in college hockey, do the Spartans. As we do each and every week, let's kick off the show with our top 10 plays of the week, and we start with plays 10 through 6. In at number 10 this week, we begin in the Sioux. Lakers hosting the Wildcats of Northern Michigan, and boy, those Lakers have had some great goalies through the years. This season, Kevin Kapalka is the one getting it done in the net. Friday night, he stopped 29 shots for his second shutout of the season, 8th of his career, in a 3-0 win for the Lakers. Staying with the goaltender theme, play number 9 is all about Adam Janasek from Michigan. He played Saturday night for the first time since January 7th against the Lakers. He was calm, cool, and collected at Yost against Western on this night. 25 saves and the shutout. Michigan won the game 2-0. In at number 8 this week, we're in the shootout in Columbus Friday night. Austin Czarnik knows how to get the job done. Just a 6 set of moves, and he puts away the would-be game winner. That is, if Jay Williams can stop super sophomore Ryan Dzingel, well, he does just that. Well done by Miami. They have a CCHA best 3 shootout wins so far this season. Play number 7 takes us to Bowling Green Saturday night. Irish with a balanced attack. 4 different players scored, including Brian Rust. A great no-look pass by Anders Lee, and Rust does the rest. Irish won the game 4-1. In at number 6 this week, not a scoring play, not a save, not a hit, but instead the power of Kenny Morrison's shot. The Western Michigan rookie can flat out bring it. Shattered the glass behind Michigan goaltender Adam Janasek in the second period on Saturday night. They want to see that on the power plays where they want to see it, folks. And speaking of the power play in the Broncos, they are the CCHA's top-ranked power play unit. A power play unit that we found out on Saturday oftentimes likes to work that fake shot, especially when they have the 5-on-3 power play advantage.
They're set up. Are they going to do this? Here they go. Here's Brown, a burst back. He fakes it. There's the shot, the save. They tried it.
You know, I think Coach Blashill came up with that, and he brought it in with him when he was here, and it was an instant success for us. Obviously, it worked extremely well, 5-on-3, and
it's pretty repetitious. But then teams do adapt to it, so then you do got to change it up, and that's when Dane will pop out in the slot or Chase, just walk in and shoot it. That's not expected a lot of the time.
Well, that young man right in the middle of your screen, Justin Abdelkader, was the hero back in April of 2007 in St. Louis. He scored the winning goal with just under 20 seconds remaining in the national championship game as the Spartans beat the Boston College Eagles. Of this week's CCHA Profile with Justin Abdelkader.
We played for each other and wanted to do it for each other, the guy next to us. And, we kind of built confidence as we got in the NCAA tournament. We were an underdog each game.
And be sure to go to CCHA.com on Friday. You can see the full version of this week's CCHA Profile with Justin Abdelkader. Abdelkader, over the years, a player of the week many times in the CCHA. And this week's group, well, it goes this way. Our post-game offensive player of the week is Steven Perfetto, the sophomore from Lake State. Had a goal and 2 helpers as the Lakers won twice against Northern Michigan this past weekend for their first sweep of the season. Our Gladiator defenseman of the week is junior defenseman Shane Tacker of Notre Dame. He snapped a 44-game goalless drought, also added an assist in a 4-1 win at Bowling Green on Saturday. Tacker also blocked the shot, had 2 shots on goal, and was a +1 in the game. Our Warrior goaltender of the week is junior Kevin Kapalka from Lake Superior. Kevin stopped 29 shots at a 3-0 shutout of Northern Michigan on Friday night. And for the 3rd time this season, the Gong Show Rookie of the Week is Livonia, Michigan's own Riley Barber, the super freshman from Miami, had a goal and 2 helpers as the Redhawks took 5 points from Ohio State this past week. Time now to take a look at this week's USCHO.com Top 20 poll. And the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame remain at the number 3 spot. They did get 2 first-place votes after their victory against Bowling Green. The Miami Redhawks remain at number 5. They are on quite a tear. The Western Michigan Broncos still in the top 10. They drop a spot from number 7 down to number 8. And the final CCHA team this week in the top 20, the Ferris State Bulldogs, after a 3-1 loss at Michigan State, remain at number 19. Up on the CCHA schedule, no games until Friday, December the 28th. Ferris State will take part In the Florida College Classic, they'll face Cornell, the team they beat to advance to last year's Frozen Four. Miami and Ohio State will be in action as well that weekend. They'll take part in the Three Rivers Classic at Consol Energy Center in Pittsburgh. On Saturday, December 29th, it'll be Bowling Green playing host to the Purple Eagles of Niagara. You'll also have the Great Lakes Invitational getting underway with 3 CCHA teams in action down at the Joe. Western Michigan will face MSU. Michigan will face the Huskies of Michigan Tech. And then on Sunday, December 30th, a busy day of games on Fox Sports Detroit and also down at Joe Louis Arena for the Great Lakes Invitational. Well, here inside of Mount Ice Arena, the CCHA standings on display, and the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame atop those standings, entering the final weekend of the first half of the regular season. It was back in the early portion of the 21st century when Dave Poulin was the head coach of the Irish. He's now on the management staff of the Toronto Maple Leafs. But back in the late 70s and the early 80s, Dave Poulin was one heck of a hockey player. In fact, in 1982, he was up for the Hobey Baker Award. It went to a CCHA player, just not Dave Poulin. He picks up the story from here in this week's Celebrate the Legacy Moments.
The Hobey Baker my senior year was unique. A current general manager, George McPhee, was the winner. I was in the final 10. Andy Brickley, who went on to a long NHL career, was in the mix. I believe Ron Scott from Michigan State was in the mix. Kirk McCaskill, who pitched, I think, 13 years in the major leagues, was in the mix. He was one of the finalists. And we were nominated, and then there was a voting process, and he went down to be one of the 10 finalists. But the way I found out was one of the stations had picked up NHL games. And I was watching an NHL game after my senior year, and they were interviewing George McPhee, who was probably a Rangers draft pick and had signed with the Rangers, and they announced him as the Hobey Baker winner. And I remember we were sitting there and we were like, wow, I guess I didn't win. Nobody really told me I didn't win, but obviously a very deserving award winner in George McPhee. And but it was just kind of funny how it's grown into a huge, big, media event, an award. And back then you found out because you happened to flick on an NHL game and they were interviewing the winner between periods.
Well, Dave Poulin came up short in his bid for the Hobey Baker Award, but here at Michigan State, the Spartans have had 2 Hobey winners, and go figure, they've both been named Miller. Kip Miller won it, and then his cousin Ryan Miller won it at the early part of the 21st century. An outstanding talent in net for MSU before he joined the Buffalo Sabres. In this week's CCHA Rewind, we take a look back at Miller and the Spartans in the 2000 Great Lakes Invitational.
And across the line, onside shot coming, save, rebound, off the side of the net. Miller got a piece of that one too. Vogel working it in front, almost stuffed it in. A rebound and a backhander saved. Another shot coming, score!
And make sure you go to ccha.com on Thursday. You can see the entire version of this week's CCHA Rewind. Let's get back to our top plays of the week, and we go with number 5 out of the gate. Winnipeg draft pick Brennan Serville of Michigan came through with his first career goal this past weekend. A rocket blocker side, doing it in style. The goal proved to be the game winner in a 2-0 Michigan win over Western Michigan. In at play number 4, same series, but on Friday night, great effort by Bronco forwards Mike Leone, Ben Warda, and Justin Kovacs. And how about the pass Warda makes here to set up Kovacs? And that is how you finish in tight. Those guys were great. So were the Broncos on Friday as they won the game 4-1. Back to the Ute and the Sioux for play number 3. Big sweep for the Lakers against Northern. And when the big bodies like Buddy Robinson are scoring, life is good for Jimmy Rock. The big fella then celebrates in style. Lakers won this game 3-0 and outscored the Wildcats 6-1 in the series. Play number 2 takes us back to Yost. 1-0 Michigan lead when stud Jacob Trouba lets the rocket fly. Blocker side, no chance for the goalie. Trouba, another highlight reel goal in his young career. And in at number 1, you want to talk about a rocket? Watch Tanner Sorensen from Michigan State. They're up 2-1. He gets Brandon Ansomini to lose his edge. And Tanner Sorensen puts everything in his body into this one. Goes high to beat C.J. Mott. The Spartans ended a 6-game winless streak, and they won the game 3-1 thanks to our number 1 play from Tanner Sorensen.
Welcome to Mount Ice Arena.
Go Spartans!
Now back to Ben Holden.
Well, always great to see the kids, the young hockey fans here at Mount Ice Arena and all over the CCHA as we continue to go on location for CCHA Now. Our shift has ended here as the 2012-2013 Spartans getting ready for the second half of the season. For the Spartans, they'll take part in the GLI as well. They'll take on the Western Michigan Broncos in their first game. As always, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and at ccha.com. We'll see you the first week of January with an all-new edition of CCHA Now. Until then, happy holidays and enjoy the games.